System is at rest. System is at rest. And force exerted by the wedge, force exerted by the wedge on the block, force exerted by the wedge on the block. Let me give the diagram. Yes, you have to find out the theta and then normal reaction. They are saying that system is in rest. Yes, very good. Normal reaction. You have to find out the theta in terms of masses. Sin inverse of m2 by m1 you will get. m2g, that's it. Normal reaction also you have to find out. No? Cos into sin inverse of. Shall I? See that? Whenever you see, I said system is in rest means what is the meaning of that? Everything is in equilibrium. Everything is in equilibrium, nothing but who is balancing this one? Who is balancing? This is not moving anywhere, nothing but obviously for this what will be there? Force m1g sin theta will be there. So here what will be there? Downward force m2g will be there. Whenever the system is in equilibrium means this m1g sin theta is equals to m2g. That is the meaning of equilibrium. It is more than this one, nothing but m2g is more than m1g sin theta means the system will come downwards. Whenever m1g sin theta is more than m2g means system will come in this direction. But it is not moving anywhere, everything is balanced there. So that whenever everything is balanced, nothing but what I can write clearly, m1g sin theta is equals to m2g, because system is at rest. System at rest or equilibrium. Then g gets cancelled here, then sin theta is equals to what I can get? m2 by m1. Then theta is equals to obviously sin inverse of m2 by m1. And this one is easy. And the second question what I asked, you have to find out the normal reaction, a normal reaction applied by the wedge on the m1. So on the m1, how the normal reaction will be there? In this direction normal reaction will be there. Obviously perpendicular to the contact, right? Yes, it is not in upward direction, this will be there in this direction. For the horizontal plane, nothing but it will be always in upward direction. Now this is a normal reaction. Opposite to normal reaction, what will be there for us? mg cos theta will be there. That is m1g cos theta, of course. So clearly what I can write, n is equals to m1g cos theta. See, n is equals to m1 into g. Sin theta is m2 by m1 means what is the cos theta? 1 minus under root 1 minus sin square theta only, no? Cos square theta plus sin square theta is equals to how much? 1. Then cos square theta is equals to how much? 1 minus sin square theta. Then cos theta is equals to under root 1 minus sin square theta. This is the cos theta. So that you have to find out the cos theta now means what I can write? Under root 1 minus sin theta is m2 by m1, nothing but sin square theta will be what? m2 by m1 whole square. This is a normal reaction. Even you can take m1 here LCM and then you can cancel the m1 also. So listen again. I am saying that a system is given like this and clearly they are saying that system is in rest. System is in rest, nothing but masses are in rest. Masses are not moving anywhere. If this mass is coming downwards, nothing but I can say that m2g greater than m1g sin theta. If this mass is coming in this direction, nothing but I can say that m1g sin theta is greater than m2g. So they are saying that it is in rest, it is not moving anywhere, means the meaning is here m1g sin theta and then m2g both are balancing here. So this one, whenever with whatever the force I pull this one, with the same force I am pulling this one also. Can they move anywhere? They cannot move anywhere, so that they will be in rest. So m1g sin theta is equals to m2g, g gets cancelled, sin theta is m2 by m1 we got. From that we already know, yesterday only I solved that always mg will be in the downward direction and then this will be theta, then this will be mg cos theta, this will be mg sin theta. So where is the normal reaction will be? Normal reaction will be always perpendicular to the contact. So perpendicular to the contact, in this direction I have drawn the normal reaction. Now for normal reaction, who is opposite here? m1g cos theta. So n is equals to m1g cos theta. m1g into sin theta is m2 by m1, nothing but cos theta will be what? Under root 1 minus sin square theta. That is what I have substituted here. Clear everybody? Copy that. Is done. Next, frame of reference. Yellow duster, yellow duster. Frame of reference. What is frame of reference means? In the name itself it is there. We are taking it as a reference. Reference for what? For observing the motion of a body. Frame of reference, nothing but that is a coordinate system from where we will observe the motion of the body. Anything that might be. For example, I am standing here. This is my frame of reference. From here I am observing you. So the frame of reference, nothing but that is a coordinate system. From there what we will do? We will observe the motion of the objects. That we call as frame of reference. So the body might be moving with any velocity, any acceleration, whatever the motion of the body, and then what are the forces applying on the body. For example, if I sit here, if I stand here and then I am observing, this is my coordinate system. I will observe you that on these people mg is acting in downward direction, normal reaction is acting in upward direction, because they are in rest, they are not moving anywhere. For example, the person is moving there in that direction. By standing here only I will tell that one person is moving in this direction with so and so velocity. So by standing here I am observing everything. So this is my coordinate system. Whatever the dais I am standing here, that is my coordinate system. For example, you are sitting on the bench and then you are observing me. Then your bench will be the coordinate system. By that you are taking the reference to that and then you are observing me. I am moving here and then there, I am teaching here, everything you are observing. So she is having this much of velocity, this much of acceleration. She is applying this much of force on the board to write with the pen. That and all you are observing. So that is your coordinate system. So coordinate system might be anything. I said already, you can take x, y, z, nothing but only, not only in these directions. This cannot be always x. This can be z also. This can be y also. This can be x also. The coordinate system you can change according to your requirement, but always three should be perpendicular to each other. X and then y and then z should be perpendicular to each other always, and then you can consider them according to your wish. So frame of reference means the coordinate system from where what we will do? We will observe the objects. That's it. That is the frame of reference. In frame of reference, we will have two types of frame of reference. One is inertial, another is non-inertial. So inertial frame of reference means the frames which are at rest or uniform motion. Whichever the frames at rest, nothing but your bench will be inertial, non-inertial. Inertial, that is in rest. Whenever the frame which is at rest or in the uniform motion, that frame we call as what? Inertial frame of reference. Whereas non-inertial, nothing but all accelerating frames are non-inertial frames. For example, I am sitting in a accelerating bus and then I am observing you from the inside of the bus. So that frame, that is also bus also frame of reference only, no? Whenever I am sitting in the bus, that is my frame. So I am observing from there means whenever I am sitting in the accelerating bus, nothing but the acceleration, the velocity is changing. Whenever the velocity is changing means that frame will be non-inertial frame. For example, you are sitting in a rest bus and then you are observing the objects. Then that frame will be which frame? That is inertial frame. Clear? In why non-inertial frame? Nothing but in non-inertial frame, Newton's laws will not be applicable. Newton's second law, mainly F is equals to ma, is not applicable in which frames? Non-inertial frames. To make it applicable, we will introduce one force. What is that? Pseudo force. Have you heard that pseudo force? Yes, pseudo force, nothing but there is an imaginary force. There is a false force we will apply that will not exist in reality. For example, whenever I am moving in an accelerating bus and then I am observing you, then what I will tell? I am going forward, otherwise you are going backward. You people are going backward, like that I will tell. Nothing but actually you are not going in backward. I am telling that is a false force. You are having false force in the backward direction. So that force what we call pseudo force. Why we will introduce that pseudo force? Nothing but to make Newton's laws applicable. In the inertial frame nothing but which frames I said? The frames at rest are uniform motion. Those frames we call as inertial frames. In inertial frames, all the Newton's laws are applicable. Whereas if you take the non-inertial frames, all accelerating frames are non-inertial frames. So accelerating frames are non-inertial frames means in that Newton's second law is not applicable. To make it applicable, what we will introduce? We will introduce a pseudo force. Pseudo force is just to make Newton's law is applicable. So that is not exist in reality. We are introducing that extra. So based on that pseudo force, we will solve some of the problems. Whenever the car is taking the turning with a constant speed, that is the inertial frame or non-inertial frame? Car takes U-turn. It is taking U-turn. The car is taking a U-turn in this direction with a constant speed. Let me take speed is 20 kilometers per hour only. Inertial frame or non-inertial frame? That is non-inertial. Even though you might be think that speed is constant, so that uniform motion, so that only inertial frame. But the direction of velocity changes or not changes? In the circular motion, at each and every point, the direction of velocity will be keep on changes. Even though the magnitude is constant. Even though magnitude is same. For example, a particle is rotating in a circle of radius r, let us take, with the speed of magnitude of speed as 10 meter per second. Speed is 10 meter per second. But at every instant of time, what happens? Velocity will be changing. Velocity is changing, nothing but acceleration exists or not exist? Acceleration exists. That acceleration what we call? Centripetal acceleration. You know the centripetal force, right? Who has given the centripetal force? Nothing but change in velocity only given that. Because here magnitude is not changing, speed is not changing, constant speed it is maintaining. Whenever the body is moving with a constant speed in the straight line, then acceleration is equals to how much? In a straight line, it is moving with only 10 meter per second always. What is the acceleration? 0. Why? Because whenever the velocity is constant, then acceleration how much? 0. But in the circular motion, it is not possible. Why? Because at each and every point of time, the direction of speed will changes. What is the direction of speed? Velocity only. The velocity will changes. Whenever the velocity is changing, nothing but acceleration is there. That acceleration what we call centripetal acceleration. Clear? So that whenever the car is taking a turn, at that time speed is constant only, but the velocity is changing. What is the meaning of speed is constant, velocity is changing? Direction is changing. Velocity means direction of the speed. Speed is constant. It is maintaining only 20 kilometers per hour throughout the turning. If we take the circle, at that circle what we will take? We will take U-turn, of course. We will take the U-turn by slowing our vehicle. If we go as much as fast, nothing but what we will do? We will skid only. Correct? So that we will slow our vehicle and then you will take the turn. Whenever you are taking the turn, you are maintaining a constant speed of 20 kilometers per hour only. Speed is 20 km per hour only, but at every point of time your velocity will be changing, tangentially it will be there. So that the direction is changing, nothing but velocity is changing. Whenever the velocity is changing, there is a force, there is an acceleration. What we call that acceleration as centripetal acceleration. So only force we call as centripetal force, right? So whenever the car is turning in the, whenever the car is taking in the U-turn, at that time the car will be inertial or non-inertial now? Non-inertial frame. Why? Because its velocity is changing but speed is constant only. Velocity changing, nothing but direction is changing. How to get the velocity direction? Nothing but you have to draw a tangent. That's it. You will get the velocity direction there. So here the car taking a U-turn is a non-inertial frame. So whenever the non-inertial frame, Newton's second law applicable or not applicable? Not applicable. I want to make it as applicable. Then what you have to introduce? Pseudo force. So only we will introduce a pseudo force called as centrifugal force. You might be studied that centripetal force will be towards the center, centrifugal force will be away from the center. Away from the center, it does not exist in reality. We are applying that as a pseudo force, that's it. Okay, always in the circular motion, in uniform circular motion, and also in the banking of roads, you can study that thoroughly. Now, as per now, you just remember that non-inertial frame, nothing but Newton's laws are not applicable. To make it applicable, what will you introduce? Pseudo force. In the case of circular motion, it is maintaining a constant speed also, velocity is changing. Whenever the velocity is changing, nothing but that is a non-inertial frame. There one pseudo force will be there. What that pseudo force we call as centrifugal force. Clear? So here are listening first time, for them it will be little everything I am saying and then you cannot understand anything. It's okay. Those are theory only and that is not necessary, but by the way you have to understand main the concept. So one is, first point is frame of reference, nothing but the coordinate system from where we are observing the things. That is a frame of reference. Next is how many types of frame of reference? Nothing but two types. One is inertial, another is non-inertial. Inertial, nothing but the frames which are in rest or uniform motion. Uniform motion meaning is what? Speed is constant. Speed is constant or velocity is constant. That type of motion we call as uniform motion. The body is in either in rest, otherwise in the uniform motion. I am maintaining a vehicle with the same speed only. So that is also uniform motion only. So that type of frames what we call as inertial frames. Non-inertial, any inertial frames, Newton's laws are applicable. All the Newton's laws are applicable only. Whenever you take the non-inertial frame, all the accelerating frames, accelerating nothing but who is changing there? Velocity is changing. Why? Because acceleration is equals to what? Rate of change of velocity only. Velocity is changing. So that type of frames we call as non-inertial. And very important, in non-inertial, Newton's second law will not be applicable. What is the Newton's second law? F is equals to dp by dt. If the mass is constant, what will get? F is equals to ma. So F is equals to ma is not applicable in the non-inertial frames. I want to make it applicable, nothing but I have to introduce a new force called as pseudo force. So pseudo force will be, the direction of pseudo force will be always opposite to the, in the case of circular motion, that is away from the center, that is we call as centrifugal force. Leave about that. Whenever you take, for example, I have taken a truck moving in this direction with an acceleration a. Now a pendulum is hanged for this. Initially at rest, now suddenly accelerated with a. Then what happens? Pendulum will move in which direction? Backside, backward it will move. Whoever are standing inside. So this is a non-inertial frame or inertial frame? It is accelerating, right? Accelerating nothing but non-inertial frame. Non-inertial frame nothing but Newton's second law applicable or not applicable? Not applicable. So what you have to introduce? Pseudo force. The pseudo force, how the pseudo force acting nothing but opposite to the applied force, that's it. Opposite to the acceleration. Here in this direction ma nothing but this will be what? Minus ma. That minus only the opposite direction. Pseudo force will be always opposite to the applied force. Here force is there in this direction, ma is there in the right side direction. Pseudo force will be opposite to that. By that pseudo force only we are getting this one as like this. Correct. Whenever you are sitting in a not giant wheel like this, it will rotate roundly, right? What we call that one as? Something. Yeah, whatever. Whenever you are rotating in that, then what happens? What happens to you? You will be thrown outwards. Why? What is the reason? Nothing but that is a non-inertial frame. In that Newton's law is not applicable. So that pseudo force came in the picture and then that is throwing you in outward direction. Actually, whenever you are rotating, for example, you are walking, at that time on you which force will act? Centripetal force will act towards the center. Whenever you are increasing your speed, you are changing the speed and then velocity, of course you are changing the velocity. At that time, opposite to the centripetal force, what will act? Centrifugal force. That is pseudo force. Centrifugal force is pseudo force. By that pseudo force only we will be thrown outwards. Here also, whenever it is moving with a constant speed, at that time pendulum is there like this only. You can even see that whenever the vehicle is even moving also, you might be think that whenever the vehicle moves, then pendulum will go in backward direction. But in the buses you can observe that whenever the speed maintained constantly, at that time whatever handles will be hanging, right, that handles will not move anywhere. Whenever bus starts suddenly, then only they will come backwards. Whenever the bus applied suddenly brakes nothing but then only they will go forwards. You're understanding or not? You're able to assume that. So whenever the bus is maintaining the constant speed, at that time there is no pseudo force. Why no pseudo force? Because bus is which frame? Constant speed nothing but inertial frame. So at that time no pseudo force, it is not coming in backward direction. Whenever he accelerated, whenever he increased his speed, then what happens? Nothing but bus will get accelerated. Accelerated nothing but inertial frame suddenly become as what? Non-inertial frame. So only pendulum is coming in backward direction. Why? Because in non-inertial frame who will be there? Pseudo force will be there. By that pseudo force it is coming in backward direction. Clear everything concept? Yes? Write that. Write a short notes. Frame of reference. Frame of reference. The coordinate system from which motion of the object can be observed. First, inertial frame. The frames at rest are uniform motion. The frames at rest are uniform motion. In the next line, all the Newton's laws are applicable. All the Newton's laws are applicable. Example, can I say that lift at rest is also frame of reference? Lift at rest, whenever I am standing inside of the lift and then I am observing everything which is at rest. Frame of reference or non-inertial frame? Inertial frame only. Inertial frame. And also lift moving uniformly. Inertial frame only. Write that examples. Lift at rest and uniform motion. Next, non-inertial frame. Non-inertial frame. All the accelerating frames all the accelerating frames. The next line, Newton's laws are Newton's second law. Newton's second law is not applicable Newton's second law is not applicable in non-inertial frames. In non-inertial frames. Example, lift accelerating upwards or downwards. Next one, car moving in a circular track. Car moving in a circular track. Next one is pseudo force. As Newton's second law is not applicable, in non-inertial frames, to make it applicable, we introduce a force called pseudo force. In the next line, always direction is opposite to the applied force. Always direction is opposite to the applied force. Then write a problem. Understand, right? What is pseudo force means? Always direction of pseudo force will be opposite to the applied force. If the vehicle is accelerating in this direction, nothing but pendulum will move in backward direction. So only pseudo force is there in which direction? Backward direction. Write the problem. A pendulum is hanging. From the ceiling of a car. Having an acceleration a0, with respect to the road, full stop. Find the angle made by the string. In equilibrium. And also find tension in the string. At this position. See that? They are saying that a car is moving on a horizontal road, and also what they are saying, a pendulum is hanging to the ceiling. Inside of the car, pendulum is hanging to the ceiling. Whenever the car is accelerating, at that time what they said, the pendulum will be in equilibrium. Equilibrium nothing but same position, otherwise it will move backwards. See that accelerating, it is accelerating. Before it was in equilibrium vertically. Whenever it is accelerating, then what happens? It will come backwards and then it will stop there. See, whenever I am accelerating constantly with the same acceleration, then what happens? Nothing but it will be keep backwards only. You're understanding or not? Before I start the vehicle, otherwise before I start accelerating, then what happens? Pendulum was there like this. Now whenever I started with acceleration a0, I'm maintaining the constant acceleration a0 only. Whenever I accelerate, then what happens? It will go immediately backwards. It is coming in backwards and then there it is in equilibrium. They are not saying that it is in equilibrium here only. After accelerating, it is in equilibrium. See that I said a0. After that only I said equilibrium. No, I said that car is accelerating with what acceleration? a0. Then it is in equilibrium. Whenever accelerating, nothing but it cannot be in middle. Obviously, it will come backwards. By which force it will come backwards? Pseudo force it will come backwards. So now here acceleration is a0 nothing but how the pseudo force will act? I said opposite to the applied force. Here a0 is there. So in this direction minus a0. Minus I have given by the direction itself, of course. You understand, right? So that minus a0 is acting in this direction. Now you have to find out this angle first of all. To find that angle, downwards what is acting for us? mg. So that here what is acting? ma0, this is mg. Now you have to find out this angle, nothing but can I take this angle is equals to this angle? Both are same angles only, right? Now what I can write? Tan theta is equals to what I can write? Opposite by adjacent. Who is opposite here? ma0 is opposite for theta. Theta is there here for theta, ma0 is the opposite. So that ma0 that divided by who is adjacent here? mg is adjacent. Gets cancelled. Tan theta is equals to a0 by g. Theta is of course tan inverse of a0 by g. This is the angle made by the string. Before that you have to observe mainly that whenever a car is moving on a horizontal road, whenever it is accelerating with a0, then what happening? Nothing but the pendulum is coming into equilibrium position. Equilibrium nothing but not in the middle. It is coming backward and then there it is in equilibrium. Whenever he decreases the speed, then what happens? He decreases the speed and then he decreases the acceleration. Then what happens? It will come forward, right? So he is not decreasing the speed. He is maintaining, he is keep on increasing the speed only with the same acceleration. At that time what happens? Nothing but it will be keep on here only. There it is in equilibrium. Whenever it is in equilibrium here, so you have to mainly observe that whenever the car is accelerating, at that time there will be an experience of pseudo force. Because it is accelerating nothing but this is which frame? Non-inertial frame. This is the non-inertial frame of reference. So here whenever non-inertial frame means pseudo force will exist. I said pseudo force will exist always in which direction? Opposite to the applied acceleration or applied force. So here acceleration is there nothing but pseudo force will be there in the backwards. So backside direction here it is acting ma0. Now of course mg will be there in downward direction, always weight will be there. Now if this is making angle theta with vertical nothing but if I extend this line, again this angle also what? Theta only. Now tan theta is equals to opposite by adjacent. ma0 is opposite and then mg is adjacent for theta here. Then theta is equals to tan inverse of a0 by g we got. And also they are asking to find out the tension in the string. How to get the tension in the string? See that this is opposite, this is adjacent and then this is the tension means can I apply the Pythagoras law here? Yes, what I can write clearly? T square is equals to ma0 square plus mg square. Is that correct or not? Yes. See that tension is the hypotenuse here, opposite and then adjacent. So that what we can get? T square is equals to ma0 square plus mg square. Then T is equals to what I can get? Under root ma0 whole square plus mg whole square. If you take m common, m outside, then what is remaining? Under root a0 square plus g square. This is the tension. Clear everything? Yes? Copy that. Clear? This one you can even apply the equilibrium of forces also. I said they said equilibrium, no? So if this is T means, this one is T means, if I take the vertical and then horizontal components, if this is T means this is also what? Theta only. This is theta means this is theta. Then this will be what? T cos theta, this one will be T sin theta. So that here I can write that T square is equals to clearly T cos theta whole square plus T sin theta whole square. T square is equals to T cos theta whole square plus T sin theta whole square. Opposite to T cos theta, what is there? Mg. So that Mg square plus opposite to T sin theta, what is there? Ma naught. Ma naught whole square. Again we are getting the same answer. Clear? You can even apply equilibrium of forces. Why? Because they mentioned clearly that is in equilibrium. Next one is very, very important. Previous NEET question. Write that. Find for what value of A find for what value of A find for what value of A block falls freely. Block falls freely. Purely imagination based answer. You have to imagine properly first. I'll draw the diagram. So I have taken the inclined plane like this of angle of inclination theta. Listen here, very, very important problem. I have taken the inclined plane of the angle of inclination is how much? Theta. Now on the inclined plane, smooth inclined plane by the way, I have placed the block of mass M. Then whenever I kept in rest, then what happens? This block will come in downward direction obviously. Otherwise, whenever I drawn this suddenly, I just moved this suddenly with acceleration A. Let me take, I am applying in this direction acceleration A. Then what happens to the block? What happens? It will go again along the inclined plane, otherwise it will fall down suddenly. Fall down. So otherwise if I am moving slowly also, no need to move fast, very fast. Even if I move slowly also, for example, if I take the book here, and then this is like inclined plane only, again I will consider it as inclined plane. Now here I am keeping some block. So whenever this one, whenever it is smooth, then what happens? It will slide down obviously. What I am doing, nothing but, see that, look at this carefully. Whenever I kept this one as it is, no, there is no change. Whenever I kept this one, I am just moving this one slowly in the backward direction. Then what happening? It is just coming in downward direction. Is there any change in position of this block? It is not changing anywhere. See that? Then what happening? I am just moving in this direction, backward direction. Then what happening? It is just sliding down. Nothing but it is falling freely or not? You are able to imagine that whenever it is very smooth and then you are moving in backward direction, then there is no choice. What happens? Nothing but it will come downward direction only. There is no change in the position of this block. Even you can do that practically also. For example, if I kept away and then I am moving just slowly in the backward direction, then what happens? It will just come downwards like this. You are able to imagine? Yes? Yes or no? I cannot show exam pad is there, na? Smooth. That already that bust bend is inclined plane. That curved plane agute. Yes. See that? Whenever I move this hand, automatically my hand is coming in this direction. I leave, however, what happened to the duster? Nothing will happen. So here I kept like this. It is coming backward direction, otherwise it is falling down. Falling exactly down. Everybody seen that? Yes. So that whenever I move this one in the backward direction with acceleration A, then what happens? Nothing but the block will move exactly downward direction. Exactly downward nothing but that is freely falling body. So what they are asking nothing but with what acceleration we have to move so that it will fall freely. That is the question. So you have to find out the acceleration value. To find out that acceleration value, again analyze in the diagram. Whenever I move the inclined plane here, from here to here, this is angle theta. Now where the block moved exactly down, otherwise left side, exactly down here. It is not changing its vertical line, exactly on the same vertical line only it is moving. Yes, sir. Now you have to find out this acceleration. Good morning, Aishwarya. You only, huh? No, you are sleeping, no, so only. So here it is moving in backward direction and then block is falling exactly downward direction. Now let me take the wedge length is x and then wedge height is h. Now wedge is moving how much distance? Wedge nothing but inclined plane. Inclined plane is moving x distance as it is from here to here. Again how much displacement done? X only, na? So let me take in time t, the inclined plane is moving from here to here. In the same time t, what happening? It is falling from top to bottom. You are understanding or not? So inclined plane is making how much displacement? X displacement. Meanwhile, block is making how much displacement? H displacement. Meanwhile, nothing but same time or different times, sir? Same time. Clear? So that the block, the wedge is moving. X is equals to, initially both are in rest only, of course. So that what I can get, S is equals to ut plus half at square. And then u is equals to how much? 0. X nothing but I am discussing about the wedge, otherwise block. Wedge. I am discussing about the wedge. Wedge is having the displacement of x, horizontal displacement of x. So u is 0 nothing but what will get here clearly? Half a into t square. Of course it is moving with what acceleration? A acceleration only. Now the block is falling downwards. Falling downwards how much displacement? H displacement. Again for the block also initial velocity is 0 only. So clearly what I can write? Half. It is moving under what acceleration? Gravitational acceleration. Acceleration due to gravity. Why? Because falling freely, right? Falling freely nothing but half g t square. Divide these two equations. T square gets cancelled. Half gets cancelled. Then x by h is equals to a by g. Now what you want? A only, no? You have to find out. So that a is equals to what I can get? G into x by h. X by h nothing but what? Adjacent by opposite. Adjacent by opposite meaning is what? Cot theta. Adjacent by opposite is cot theta. Opposite by adjacent is tan theta. So that a is equals to g cot theta. Very important formula. Very important. It is repeated in the NEET exam. So you have to remember mainly. So clearly here what they are asking, one very short question. What they are asking is for what value of a, for what acceleration the block falls freely. Falls freely nothing but block is moving under what? Gravity. And also block is moving with acceleration a. Here clearly the concept you have to remember is whenever the block is moving of this much distance, then what happens? Nothing but the block will, whenever the wedge is moving with the distance of x, then what happens? Meanwhile the block will fall so much distance? H distance. The inclined plane is just moving from here to here. Here to here nothing but how much displacement is there? It is covered how much displacement? X displacement only. It was x. And then it completely moved from here to here. Whenever it is coming from here to here, meanwhile the block will come from here to here. So the inclined plane is covering how much distance? X distance with what acceleration? A acceleration. Let me take in time t. So s is equals to ut plus half at square. U is how much? 0. Initially it is in rest. And then u is 0, half into a into t square. This is about what? Inclined plane. Meanwhile, whenever it is coming from here to here, meanwhile what happened? Block came from top point to bottom here. So exactly how much distance it covered? H distance it covered. H distance nothing but it is purely moving under gravity. I am not applying any force on that. So moving under gravity nothing but. So it is moving under what acceleration? Acceleration due to gravity, g. So s is equals to again ut plus half at square only. but u becomes how much again? 0. Why? Because freely falling. Freely falling means u is equals to how much? 0 only. Half g into t square. Then t square gets cancelled, half of gets cancelled. X by h is equals to a by g. Then a is equals to g into x by h. G into, what is the x here? Adjacent. H here? Opposite. Adjacent by opposite, nothing but that is cot theta. So that a is equals to g into cot theta. Clear? Copy that. Very, very important problem. Draw the diagram also neatly. ಭಾಳ ಜನ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ವೆದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೋ ಕೂಲ್. ಏನು ಯುವರಾಜ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಅದೇ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು ತುಂಬ ನಿಮಗೆ, ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅವಾಗಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ವಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀವೇ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದೀವಾ? You are feeling so thirsty. From that time you are talking to cows. అమ్మా అందరూ టైర్డ్ అయిపోతున్నారు పాపం. నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాబ్లం. దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఫర్ వాట్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఏ, ఫర్ వాట్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఏ, for what value of a block slides up the plane, for what value of a block slides up the plane with an acceleration g, with an acceleration g relative to the inclined plane, with an acceleration g relative to the inclined plane. See that this is the situation given. Here the block M is there. Now I want to displace this one in the upward direction, so that I have to move the inclined plane in which direction? Smooth inclined plane. I am not touching this one. I don't want to touch this one. But without touching, I want to make this block to come here. What I have to do? I have to move the inclined plane in this direction suddenly. Then what happens? It will slide upright immediately. You are able to imagine that? How it will slide up? By what force it will slide up? Nothing but pseudo force. Why? Because in reality on this there is no force. Actually, whenever I apply the inclined plane, if pseudo force is not exist, you just imagine that pseudo force is not exist. Whenever I move this one in this direction, then what happens? It has to go in this direction, right? Because of pseudo force only, the pseudo force is acting in opposite direction. I am just moving the inclined plane in this direction suddenly. Then what happens? Nothing but pseudo force is acting in opposite direction. MA acting in opposite direction. Whenever the pseudo force is acting in opposite direction, so only this block is able to come upwards. Otherwise, if pseudo force is not there, on this also acceleration is acting in this direction, nothing but it will go and then fall somewhere there. Clear? So here pseudo force is acting. Due to the pseudo force only, this block is sliding in upward direction. You have to find out that acceleration value. What is the acceleration? Try first of all, try to take all the components first of all. What components are acting on the block? Try to take the components first. Draw the diagram and then try to take the components, all the components. See that what is the acceleration? They are saying acceleration of the block should be how much? G. Clearly they are mentioning the question that for what value of A, block slides up the plane with an acceleration G. Nothing but acceleration of the block they are giving as G only. You take first of all that as A dash. So here they are saying clearly that for what value of A, for what value of this A, the block will slides up with what acceleration? With acceleration of G. That is the main intention in the question, that you have to understand that second line only properly. It is sliding up with the acceleration G. So you don't take it as G. First of all, let me take this as A dash. This is sliding up with an acceleration A dash. Now here MA is acting nothing but for that A also components will come, right? Two components will come. So here horizontally I got MA. Then what happens? I will get two components. One is this component. Another is which component? Opposite component in this direction. This is MA nothing but exactly in the downward direction, like this we will get. Correct. So here this angle is theta, means this angle is theta, means this angle also what? Theta only. See that? Horizontal and then hypotenuse. And then also horizontal and then hypotenuse. Same angle or different angle? Same angle only. See this? This one I take with this much angle, means this one also the same angle only. You are understanding? Same horizontal. See that these two are parallel to each other. This line and then this line are parallel to each other. This line and then this line are parallel to each other. So if this angle is theta, means can I say this angle also theta only? Yes. Then if this is theta, means this is MA, this is theta. Then this component will be what? MA cos theta. And also down the inclined plane always what will be acting for us? MG sin theta will be acting. These are the forces along the inclined plane. Mainly you have to take, you just forget about the remaining. Why? Because we will get components of G also, components of A also. We will get confused there. So you have to take mainly the components along the inclined plane. Why? Because it is moving along the inclined plane only. Clear? Now here whenever the inclined plane is moving in this direction, with what acceleration? A acceleration. Then what happening? Nothing but on the block who is acting? Pseudo force is acting. If the force is applying in the right side, nothing but pseudo force will act in which direction? Opposite direction. So force in the along the positive x-axis and then pseudo force along the, this is pseudo force. Pseudo force. Pseudo force is acting along the negative x-axis. So whenever this is acting along the negative x-axis, if you see this is horizontal, this is horizontal. Then you want to take the components of MA, means I can take parallel to the inclined plane. If this is horizontal and then parallel to the inclination, if this angle is theta, means this angle also what? Theta only. Then this is MA, this is theta, means this component will be MA cos theta. Of course, always along the inclined plane what will be there? MG sin theta in downward direction. Now the block is moving with what acceleration? A dash acceleration. So what I can write? MA dash is equals to, who is supporting for MA dash? MA cos theta. Who is opposing? MG sin theta. MA dash is equals to MA cos theta minus MG sin theta. Now I can cancel both the sides, and then A dash is equals to how much they are saying? G. They are saying it as G, acceleration due to gravity. G is equals to A cos theta minus G sin theta. You have to find out the A value, by the way. And then here A cos theta is equals to what I can write? G into 1 plus sin theta. Clear? I am sending G sin theta this side. Then A cos theta is equals to g into 1 plus sin theta by cos theta. So can I write this one as, still if I want to minimize nothing but 1 by cos theta sin theta by cos theta separately. 1 by cos theta, what is that? Secant theta plus sin theta by cos theta is tan theta. This is the final answer of the acceleration. Listen again. Now I want to make it go upwards. Whenever I want to make it go upwards, everybody knows that whenever you just push the inclined plane in this direction, then block will come automatically. Whenever if I have the pen here, if I move this hand suddenly, then what happens? Nothing but it will come in upward direction. It is coming in upward direction because the pseudo force is acting on that. If pseudo force is not there, nothing but it will go in that direction only. Correct? So that pseudo force, again you might be observed in some movies that whenever the vehicle is moving, a lorry is moving, for example, have you seen the Journey movie? Tamil Journey movie? In that, what happens in the last, how the accident will be done? Because some plastic cover will come and then hit the bus, right? It is hitting the bus, and then whenever you see normally also, in practically also we can see that whenever the flights will get accident by the birds. How it is possible? Bird will come and then hit the flight. It will fall down, otherwise it will be there like that only. It will be stick to the flight only. It will not fall down. Why? Because the pseudo force is acting and also air force also acting on that. So whenever you see a vehicle is moving with very fast, if you just thrown something towards the vehicle, then what happens? Nothing but that will stick to the vehicle. Why? Because vehicle is going fast, nothing but it is accelerating in the forward direction. On the block, what is acting here? Pseudo force is acting in the backward direction. So only it will not fall downwards. For example, I can make it this one. Even if I take this, what you might be played with the coins also. For example, like this. Correct? So whenever I move this one in downward direction, then what happening? My hand is accelerating in downward direction. On the cap, who is acting? Pseudo force is acting in upward direction. So only it is for not falling down. Clear? Everybody understood now clearly? So here it is not going forward, it is coming onto the plane. What is the reason? Nothing but on that pseudo force is acting. Pseudo force is acting in the backward direction. I said pseudo force direction always. Always it should be opposite to the applied force. Applied force is there right side, pseudo force will be there in the left side. Now we got the pseudo force. Now the matter is about the components. How to get the components means, now again I will draw here. This is the mass m. I have the acceleration in this direction. See that this is horizontal, this is also horizontal only. If I take one of the component in this direction, this is the inclination, this is also inclination only. Correct? If this angle is theta, means this angle also what? Theta only. Everybody understood the angles, right? Angles are important. So if this is theta, means this is also theta. And this is theta, this is A, this is theta, means this will be adjacent component. That adjacent component here what? MA cos theta. And of course always whenever the block is there on the inclined plane, along the inclined plane in downward direction, who will be there? Mg sin theta. I am saying clearly in the question that the block will slides in upward direction with an acceleration g. If just forget about the g, you will get confused to write the equation. So I am taking that as a dash. It is sliding upwards with an what acceleration? A dash acceleration. Now write the equation for acceleration. M into A dash is equals to supporting force is what? MA cos theta plus, and then here minus mg sin theta. Why? Because it is opposing here. Minus mg sin theta. M gets cancelled. Then A dash is equals to A cos theta minus g sin theta. But in the question what they said, A dash is equals to how much? G. So g is equals to A cos theta minus g sin theta. For what value of A? For what value of A? Nothing but what you have to find out? A only. So A cos theta is equals to g into 1 plus sin theta. Then sending cos theta down here. 1 by cos theta nothing but secant. Sin by cos nothing but tan. G into secant theta and then plus tan theta is the answer for that. This is also important. First one is what? A is equals to g cot theta. Remember always A is equals to g cot theta. And then this one is the A is g into secant plus tan theta. These are my words. That's it. Copy that.